Hello, TIs. When you're a targeted individual, it's so good to keep a pattern. At one time, I used to park over here, but now I'm parking in this area because the cars come in this way to enter this parking lot. And this gives me an opportunity to set up surveillance so that way if the perpetrators come in here and go around and start flashing their lights, honking horns, it helps me to document it more clearly, because sometimes the perpetrators will do something in proximity to where you're at. And if I'm parked down over there, they can say, oh, I was doing it towards a friend. So typically when I arrive at a place, the perpetrators may show up sometimes between 1 to 2 minutes. They may come into the area, and then what they may do is they may just drive right out. So I'm not saying it's going to happen now, but look. So isn't this something, fellow TIs? Remember how I told you guys they would show up? And look, close. Now when you look around, you don't see that anywhere. So I already knew that they were going to come like that. I turned my head, and that guy parked next to me. He started laughing. I could see him in the car laughing. And he was leaning forward like this right here, looking right at me. And he parked so close that I couldn't even open up my car door halfway. So I reversed the car so that way I could park. So I found that to be very weird. Even more bizarre. Why did his girlfriend or his wife have to go out his door? And why they parked so close to me? It just seems odd. Now check out this clip here, this picture. This is what I showed when I was driving into that place. You can easily fit a few hundred cars in there. Now, if you live in a rural town, do you think that you need to park less than 23 inches away from somebody's car door, like literally from the wall right here to here, where a person can't open their car door? I don't think so. Even more bizarre was when he arrived, I noticed a car. So let me show you guys something. Bear with me one moment. So when I went in this road, went to the cul-de-sac and parked my car right over here, the perp or potential perp came in and parked extremely close to my car. I also noticed a black truck flashing its lights. So I got out of my car and went on the pier. There's like 3 piers, I think, no, 2. One of them got damaged. And then I noticed a car parked on the other side of the park, and it also flashed its lights. And he put his sun visor up, but the sun wasn't really out that much. It was pretty cloudy out there. And I noticed that the guy was leaning towards the window and looking directly in my direction versus the lake. So within that guy's arrival, within 2 minutes, that guy parks next to me, and a car parks right behind him. Another person parks over here, and they have their entire windshield covered, and they're staring in my direction, and the person that arrives, his head is turned this way. It just seemed a little odd. So here's what's really weird, fellow TIs. Since 2019, I've gone to the Clermont, Florida Police Department over incidences at Lake Center Community College, at that same place, by a lady that harassed me for about 6 years with other females. And other veterans were with these people, which would cover up their tags with pieces of paper or a t-shirt. The only time I've ever seen a person wearing a suit there, since I've lived here since 2019, was a guy in a black SUV exiting his vehicle to speak to these people that were harassing me. Even more bizarre, the police told me that my situation was a civil matter, so there's no investigation. This doesn't make a lot of sense, fellow TIs. I documented this every single day in Texas, New Mexico, Northwest Florida. Now, for 8 years in Clermont, Florida, it doesn't make sense at all what's occurring, and the activities defy the probability of an event. Also, down the road from that park are multiple civic groups, veteran groups. So somebody has to know something. Clermont, Florida is also down the road from Winter Garden in Orlando, Florida. So a lot of those defense contractors in Orlando, Florida, the ones that work for the major companies, they live in this area. So somebody's being outsourced to do this.